What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Venom or DarkRush789 and this is episode 2 of how to spleef in Minecraft. So, as today's an episode about specific moves rather than a skill, it's going to be laid out a little bit differently to last week's episode. First, I'm going to show you what the move is, how you do it, and how to apply it within a game. Secondly, I'm going to show you how to counter that move if someone does it against you within a game. So, without further ado, the first move is the Fakie. Now, the Fakie is much like a Fakie that's done in sports, where you trick people into thinking you're going to do something and then not doing it. In Spleef, they can play to your advantage in a number of different ways, but first, here's a demonstration on how to do it. So, Fakies are used when you're on one platform and your opponent is on a different platform. I want to get to the other side, but I know that if I try to jump, then my opponent will break the blocks I'm trying to land on and I will lose the round. He's playing too defensive for me to get across, so I'm going to do a Fakie to help me. To do this, you have to run up to the edge of your platform at an area where you can make a successful jump and stop, followed by moving backwards. This creates the illusion that you're about to try and jump over the gap. Sometimes it makes it look more realistic if you jump up at the edge of the gap, but if you don't know what you're doing, you could fall in and lose the round from your own mistake, so try to avoid doing that unless you're feeling confident. Now, when you do this, be careful of a couple of things. 1. If your opponent is near enough to the edge of his platform to break the blocks on your side, the Fakie may be unsuccessful and you could fall in. Make sure he is far enough away that you won't get knocked in if you go to the edge of your platform. 2. The first time, or the first couple of times, that you Fakie in a match, your opponent will try to break the blocks on their side to stop you from getting over the gap. This is normal, as they think you're trying to jump over, so they're trying to knock you in. When your opponent sees you coming towards them, they'll panic and break the blocks on their side of the gap. If you keep doing this, then they'll eventually relax and stop breaking blocks, so that when you do jump, they won't be expecting it. This means you can cross the gap without falling in. Make sure you keep sprinting forward because they'll realise you jumped a moment too late and then they'll panic. Sprint forward to become in line with or ahead of your opponent and out of their line of sight. This is the best time to spin around and break the blocks near them. Usually, especially with newer players, they'll run backwards when you surprise them, trying to get away from you. As you're sprinting faster than them, you can overtake them and break the blocks, causing them to walk backwards into a hole. This second phase of the attack is known as the charge. Fakies and charges often fit together well, as you're playing off the surprise and the panic of the opponent when you do something unexpected. However, they can be used separately. So, to counter these moves, there are a few techniques that can be used. 1. Never stand near to the edge of the platform that you're on, as you won't have enough time to react if your opponent jumps the gap. Leave a big enough distance so that if your opponent attacks, you can move out of the way in time or break the blocks that they're moving towards. 2. If you're charged by your opponent, sometimes they leave your line of vision. Don't run backwards, as you don't know where they are or what they're doing. You have to play off what you know, and all that you know is that your opponent is not in front of you. Therefore, the best way to avoid being caught out is to run forwards, away from your opponent. As soon as you're a reasonable distance away, get your opponent back into your line of sight as fast as you can. Always try to make sure you can see your opponent. 3. Relax. If you're tense within a game, you're more likely to make mistakes and panic if you are charged. The best way to counter any attack is to stay calm and know what you're doing. If you follow the above steps, you will be able to avoid almost every charge thrown at you, and even do them back at your opponent to show them how it's done. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful in any way at all, remember to like and subscribe for future episodes. Comment below telling me who you are. Go to the server, spleefleague.com, for a fun place to spleef, and I may even see you on there. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.